list. But welcome along to the Audi Performance Zone. We're going to take a little look at the two-time winner on the PGA Tour, Luke List, won the Sands and Farms. That was his last win in 2023. It could be a few shots short today, but it's quite interesting, Trey. We've been looking at his driving is incredible. He's like, you look at his strokes gained, driving, incredible. Approach play, proximity, not so great, I'm going to say, this season. Look at that, he's outside the top 150 in strokes gained approach. Proximity is 140th. This week, do you think he's found something? I'm not sure what it is. That's a big jump.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you can see why he's under par, 4 under par, and he's 6 off the lead. Not quite enough birdies today. You see him make the eagle, but it just shows you that golf is such a game of form sometimes. Yeah. You can see this week he's been in the top 10, even for driving as well. And this season he hasn't found it, but he's an unbelievable ball striker and driver of the golf ball. He does some really special stuff in his golf swing with his driver, of what makes him so good. And obviously he's found his form this week. I'd say this is probably one of the most neutral setups that you could ever be in for a driver. You see the ball position's up, grip is super, super neutral, and I'm just going to wind him up to the top of the backswing here. Look how much rotation that he creates in this driver golf swing. So you can see pelvis here at 53 degrees. That's around 10 degrees over tour average, and you can see the chest. It actually goes a little bit further than this, up to 111 degrees of rotation of the chest. Like, that is incredible. He's really long. He's super, super accurate with the driver.
High arms too.
Yeah, really high hands. He's been in great form actually with the driver. I'm just going to take him back down to address and draw this line over his head. So if there's anyone at home watching and you're struggling with the driver, maybe film some of your swings and just get a line drawn on your phones from the ball position straight up. And obviously we want to try and create as much rotation as we can in the backswing, which he does so. But this is a key thing now. That's mental, isn't it, Josh?
That's unbelievable.
That is mental. Yeah. And as he comes down...
That's hard to do.
It's hard. Yeah. I'll put my back out. As he comes down now, I'm just going to pause him around here halfway. You can see he creates a huge amount of angle between the club shaft and his lead arm. So that is what we called downloaded. So he's really kind of loading this golf club on the way down, which is actually creating a lot of speed. And all of this speed that he's building up in this angle here has got to come out at some point. And you can see as he does this, he releases that club, and this is the key thing of what makes him so good now. So he's done that, he's released all the speed, all the tension out of his arms and wrists, but he's kept his head behind that line. So the reason he's done that is because if he continued to move towards the target with all of this angle that he's built up in, he would potentially hit down and a little bit to the left. So the fact that he keeps his head back behind the golf ball and releases that angle, you can see my shoulders now, the right shoulder is below the left, and that really helps him hit up on the ball and transfer all of that energy, all of that power into the ball in an upward manner, which is what we all want to do with a driver.
But very quickly, before we finish this, can you see anything here why he's so good at driving and why his approach play might not be as good?
Yeah, 100%. So if we take him back, actually, get rid of all those lines. So this position that we referenced earlier, halfway down, lead arm parallel. This angle here, again, we mentioned that that's a power move. So he builds all this lag and all this load into the wrists, and it's got to come out at some point. He gets away with it with driver because it's on a tee. You can sit behind the ball, release it. But when you've got all of that load and all of that tension through the wrist, it's a bit of a guess at times, and it's quite hard to time sometimes as well. You think you've got all of that angle being loaded up, which is responsible for what loft you deliver. With irons, it's a distance game. We want to be accurate. We don't want to hit it as far as we can. So I'd say potentially he sometimes may be short and long quite a lot. Not so much the direction, he can time that week to week, but it's more the distance. We look at the best like Scotty, he's unbelievable with his approach play, and I think the fact that he does this maybe would set him back a little bit on approach play.
Averages 3-1-2, Luke List, off the tee. So he's a big hitter, but if he gets his iron play going, he's one to watch out for.